Warning: this video contains scenes that some viewers may find disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. And I wish that was a joke, but the scene in question was too funny not to share. Good luck. Okay, so yeah, I think this printer is going to upset some people, and if you don't already own a Bambu Lab printer, then don't worry, it's not you. If you're looking for your next printer and your hobby is printing things rather than your hobby being the printers themselves, then not only is this printer a good place to start, it's the only place you should start. Hi, I'm Ross, and this is Fohammer Videos. So yeah, this printer is basically the Bambu A1 Mini, but bigger. I hope we all know who Bambu Lab are already. If not, then they're the company who most recently changed the face of 3D printing. And how did they do it? Well, many would believe they made faster printers. After all, it was them who spawned a generation of copycats. But check out my X1 Carbon video about Bambu's secret, and you'll quickly realise that all the other brands have been copying the wrong thing. And personally, whilst I've been doing FDM printer reviews for a while, it was only since getting the X1 Carbon and spending so little time getting it to work well that I spent my time making stuff and actually caring more about the technology. Because Bambu printers are, well, like this one, hands down, not just easier to use, but so instantly accessible for many novice users to get incredible results out of them. Anyway, as I was saying, in many ways this printer is just like the A1 Mini, but bigger. I made a whole song and dance in that video about Bambu's approach, making these the best beginner printers and the yardstick that all other printers should be measured against. And this new A1 is no different. Just like the Mini, the user-friendly experience starts with a QR code on the box. Scan this to get a video guide on how to put it all together. Now this one's a bit trickier because, like most FDM printers, you do need to do some building. But in typical Bambu fashion, thanks to the incredible design, you don't need to have three hands to awkwardly hold a gantry in place as you screw bolts in from below. In fact, there are only two steps during the install where you need to flip the printer. The first is when you unscrew the four securing bolts for the print bed, and trust me, keep these screws, I'll come back to them later. And the second time you 180 it is after you've secured all the framework bolts in from above, you then need to plug a couple of cables in. And each time you do this, you can just hang the printer off the edge of your table easily. Now yes, whilst this is easier than pretty much any other FDM printer build ever, I did wonder why we need to do this at all. Bambu already ship printers like the P1 and X1 fully assembled in boxes approximately the dimensions of this constructed unit. So I asked them, and they told me it was to keep it safe during shipping. Of course, those other printers are big square boxes, they kind of support themselves. But with this having one bed at the bottom and an arm going up, the safest way to transport it in a box is to have you build it when it's at home. Fair enough then, well, I'll take that, yeah, makes sense. But yeah, other than those couple of upside down flips, the rest of the setup is just clipping some cable ties and attaching a filament catapult. Again, like the A1, once this is set up and you turn it on, the UI walks you through the rest. Connect it to the Bambu app on your phone and the printer becomes part of your Bambu account. As soon as you log onto the slicer on your PC, the printer's there for you to access because it's all part of your account. No janky, weird typing in of IP addresses, it's just there and ready to use. But where this unit differs from the A1 is in a couple of places. I think the most obvious one is its size, going from the 180mm cubed volume of the A1 Mini to the more standard size of 256mm cubed of the X1, P1P and P1S. But matching those means that it fits in with the existing ecosystem of products, and by that I mean things like the build plates from any of the other machines can be used here. The UI is quite improved too, having a small fold-out capacitive screen only slightly larger than that on the A1 Mini. On this you get more info and more easily accessible buttons. And oddly, this UI is much more useful and intuitive than the screens of the more expensive P1 series of Core XY Bambu printers. Another place this printer differs is the frame. Unlike the A1's single Z rail, this unit has dual rails and a more traditional crossbar supporting the rail for the print head. And all throughout this you've got Bambu's clean and tidy aesthetics, unlike almost every other printer and certainly every bed slinger I've reviewed bar the Anker Make M5 series. Because, well, they all look like the same jerry-rigged gantry with some plastics added for branding and style. This is a fully machined custom body that looks great and feels completely solid. Okay, you know what? I've actually just read my own review back to myself at this point, and I can see how you'll take this as fanboy gushing, and you don't want that. That's what everyone else does. So let's do the classic Fohammer thing of just cutting out all the marketing crap and let's just talk straight, shall we? Here's some random pretty video footage of it doing stuff as I talk because, well, I couldn't find any specific clips to match each single point I'm making, or, well, many of them really. Maybe just close your eyes for a couple of minutes and come on this journey with me. Look, it's obvious I think that this printer's awesome, and I don't want to be accused of being a Bambu elitist. I don't feel that this is a fair definition. And I will get to the misstep that I feel Bambu have taken with the release of this product. And an elitist would be someone who swears that a brand's products are all perfect, even when there are glaring flaws. You know, like somebody telling people that the Xbox One was going to be amazing after seeing its reveal presentation back in 2013. The difference here is, well, once again, I'll refer you back to that, you know, people whose hobby are the printer and people whose hobby are the printing comparison. For me, in my videos, my hobby is printing, not the printers themselves. And in comparison to almost every other brand out there, again, bar probably the Ankermake M5, it just happens to be the case that Bambu printers are elite units. Just like I've said about the GK2, which is the top resin printer right now, it has features which really should be standard, and it's less about the latest innovation because most of what has been done here is, well, it's common sense. Bambu, with the A1, with the X1, with the P1, with all of the ones and all of the printers, have made advancements that any other brand could have made and just didn't. And whilst every other company was improving the printer hardware, Bambu did something smart. They looked at the user, you and me, and they made improvements for us at the centre. To a certain degree, and from another perspective, this Bambu stuff is less of a wow and more of a yes, this is how it should have always been done. And it would have been if any other company actually took 3D printing seriously and considered these machines to be something beyond a hobby product. Look at Creality. They must have had the money to do this, they must have had it. Bambu managed to launch this whole market-leading brand from little more than a Kickstarter campaign. Okay, so yeah, it was a $7 million earning Kickstarter campaign, but still, the point stands. Bambu have made a whole ecosystem of printers that work seamlessly well within the Bambu platform. And yeah, look, these are not for everyone. I've said it before, and I'll keep banging this drum until we can all accept that there is a 3D printer enthusiast divide. For those people out there who love to tinker with printers, yes, you're right, you probably can get equal or perhaps better hardware cheaper. And knowing what you know, you can dial it in to make it perform better too. That's fantastic. Enjoy it. It sounds fun. And if I was smarter or had more time, I'd love to delve into these further with you. But here's the thing. I'm tired. I'm tired most of the time. Adulting is hard. I've had a long day at work, the kids are fighting, the wife wants a long chat about the Disneyland trip she wants us to go on sometime in the next 5 to 10 years from now. But when everyone's in bed and I get some hobby time, I don't want to spend it tweaking a printer to make it work any more than I want to wait for a huge patch to download just to play a PlayStation game. I just want to print the thing. Whatever the thing is, I just want to do that. And this is where I love Bambu printers, including this one, because they just work, and even when they don't, the printer either tells you what to do or gives you a QR code to scan so you can read something more in-depth about how to fix it online. Or I can contact support, and get this guys, if you're an experienced 3D printer user, this may shock you. When you contact support, they actually respond. How crazy is that? So yeah, look, I promised Bambu a review, so let me tell you about all the reasons why you should buy this, and then I'll get onto the bad thing. So yeah, set up in assembly, they walk you through it with a video. The UI walks you through the rest. It's super intuitive to figure out how you get your first print working. The SD card comes with a ton of funky and fun prints just like those on the A1 Mini. It connects to an app on your phone which is also intuitive. It has a camera so you can monitor it remotely and create time lapses. There's a privacy guard for said camera. Whilst the videos are stored privately on the SD card, some people may prefer to use this privacy filter, especially at certain times. Like when you're checking on the printer in the middle of the night. The phone app is also intuitive, but the included page for Maker World is actually smart and curated to show you the best and most exciting prints up front, rather than being a dumping ground for absolute crap like the Creality Cloud is. Browsing for models is like looking at the App Store during the first couple of years the iPhone was out. It won't take long to find something fun that will wow your friends. The printer's incredibly well built. All the mechanical parts are hidden away but still easily accessible should you need to perform maintenance. It's fast. If you buy it with the AMS Lite, you get access to multicolour prints. The best part about the AMS Lite isn't even the multicolour function, but that it's so much easier to load filament in rather than having to heat up a hot end, wait for it, extrude it, feed the new one in, purge it through, etc. But also, if you've got a big print on the go, you can use multiple spools of the same filament and the printer will automatically just go on to the next one when the first one runs out. The printer fully auto levels itself, so you don't need to worry about that at all, and it does it before every print. It does a self-calibration for noise to ensure it's as quiet as it can possibly be, and it really is, it's very quiet. When the hot end parks, it does so over the filament cleaner, also known as the filament launcher, which is a helpful little feature to prevent accidental touching of an incredibly hot component. It has working active flow rate compensation to ensure layers are both smooth and corners are sharp. Before the prints even start, it rubs the nozzle against a little rubber at the back just to make sure it's clean. The nozzles are hot swappable, so you can go from the default 0.4 to a 0.2 or 0.6, and you can do that within seconds. The Bambu slicer is incredibly easy to use. You can print an AMS holder which attaches to the crossbar at the top and allows you to save on space on your desk. This even has a swivel so you can easily load in filament from the front. And when you use Bambu filament, the AMS can read it with its RFID tag to determine the filament you're using. The slicer then already knows the best print settings for it based on your chosen layer height, print plate, and nozzle size. 1 second. And you know what? I know people say Bambu filament's expensive, but, well, you don't need to use it. You can use any filament you like. The slicer can walk you through the calibration steps in order to get the perfect results from any material. But here's the thing. When you buy this or any printer from Bambu, you're automatically enrolled into Bambu's filament program. And this will give you a good discount on their filaments, and when you run out, you don't need to buy a whole new reel. All of the filament reels can be split apart and you just load in a filament pack again with an RFID to inform the printer what you're using. These refill packs are pretty much the same price, if not cheaper, as most good filaments anyway, and you don't have a big useless plastic reel to waste at the end of it. And with this printer, Bambu have also released some new mystery boxes, and I got the jet engine model in mine. Unlike the car engine model which I did in my A1 mini review, this is much larger. But again, like I said in that video, Bambu will hold your hand from never having owned a 3D printer before to building your first functional model. And having spoken to them now about these, they have confirmed that they have more of these kits coming in the future, just unfortunately not in the format of a STEM subscription box I could use monthly with my kids. So yeah, those are the things I can think of, and that's just the stuff off the top of my head. So what's the bad? Well, the first to minor one, it's the build plate adherence. This plate is the same as the plate from the X1 and the P1 series. It has a groove on the back to align it in the correct place before it magnetizes to the bed. But the magnets here, well, they're so strong that it often holds the plate tight at the wrong alignment, so you have to lift it up and try again. Look, I said it was a minor thing. Most brands don't even have a form of alignment notches on their printer beds, so yeah. The other thing is that, yeah, it flings filament across your desk every time it does a colour change or starts a print, but before long you'll be able to print a filament catcher add-on to stick at the side. But the big mistake that Bambu have made here is releasing this product now. So I'm speaking to those people who watched this video in early December 2023, and especially those of you who may have just bought the A1 Mini. You see, the A1 is only $100 more than the A1 Mini, no matter if you get it with the AMS Lite or without, and I'm sure many people will see that it's more than worth the price for the extra size. And I'm certain that a good bunch of existing A1 Mini owners are more than a little bit miffed off. Not everyone, but a good few. Just 2 months after you bought Bambu's latest printer, and coming just 2 weeks after Black Friday, where pretty much everyone made their big 3D printer purchase of the year after weeks of research, yeah, I hear you. Many of you may have gone with another brand because the A1 Mini is just too small, but if you'd known just days ago that this would be an option, you'd have snapped it up. I completely understand that that would cause upset. Maybe check to see if you're still within that brand's return window. And if this is you, I guess I want to say I'm sorry. And I know this isn't my fault, but having spoken to so many of you in my small community throughout comments and live streams and more, I do understand the pain of buyer's remorse you may be feeling right now. So I'm sorry for you, but please know that the A1 Mini is still a fantastic printer. And we can't really blame Bambu. These things, when you buy anything, it's just luck of the draw. How many people went and bought a Steam Deck this year only weeks before the Steam Deck OLED was released at the same price? So yeah, I guess the way we should look at it is, it happens. I was going to swear there, but I don't want to get caught up by YouTube for, you know, adult content in my videos. So that being what it is, for everyone else, I'll once again reiterate my opening comments. If you're looking for your next printer and your hobby is printing things rather than your hobby being the printers themselves, then not only is this printer a good place to start, this is the only place you should start. If you like this video, please hit the like button or consider subscribing to come on more journeys in 3D printing with me. Ideally, drop me a comment just to feed the YouTube algorithm. I want to say thanks for watching and thanks to our growing community of members who enable us to keep making these videos. You can support our channel by becoming a member, get your name up in lights, priority comment replies, early access and exclusive update videos. I normally finish with a movie quote, but did you know that only 12% of my viewers watch videos to the end? If you're one of those wonderful few, drop a comment below this video saying my safety word is, and fill in the blank. There's absolutely no reason for this, but it'll be fun to watch 88% of my viewers wonder what the hell you're all going on about. Anyway, until next time, see you guys, Fohammer out.